Good morning, fellow and future weirdos of the flock. How are you? How are you? So, come into my party pen. Press like on your way to the kitchen, right there, to grab you some Keep Other People Alive juice. If you make the last cup, you make a new pot. Don't get on to me. I just make the rules. It's no big deal. Make a new pot of coffee. Good time. So, where we left off, the Pharaoh had this magnificent dream, like magnificent in a terrible way, right? So, like this big, grandiose dream of shit. And he had it twice. So he's like, I don't know what it means. And everybody else was like, me neither. And then remember the dude that was in prison with Joe, right? The butler. The one that he's like, you're going to live. 2 years later, this guy remembers, hey, Joe told me I was going to live. So then he told the Pharaoh, I know this guy named Joe. He's in prison. So then the Pharaoh's like, okay, go get Joe. So then they go get Joe, and he's like, hey, Joe, let me tell you about this dream that I had. Right? That's like exactly how he said it in my mind right now. That's what he's doing. He's pulling a Jimi Hendrix right now. So that's where that's when Joe's like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just the middleman, right? So then he tells Pharaoh, there's going to be a whole lot of famine, but first there's going to be a whole lot of not famine. So while there's not a famine, get everything all stored together. So that when there is a famine, there's not a famine. See what I'm saying? We got to work together, do a good thing. So then the Pharaoh's like, man, who the fuck is that organized? And he's like, you know what, Joe, it's your idea, so you do it. Just remember, even though you can do whatever you need to do, I'm still the motherfucking Pharaoh. And nothing gets done unless I say it. Deal? Deal. Oh, good job. So, that's where we left off. I am Nikki K the Great. I am your super awesome narrating host. And I will be reading you Das Bible in a very awesome way, so be prepared. I use lots of passion words and I am very grandiose. So be prepared. Pack Larry the Lizard Guy, right? Pack him to go. Make sure you have your Keep Other People Alive juice and your shoes on and tied. And man, okay. So get ready to go because we're about to go. We're going to pick off. We're going to pick off. We're going to pick up where Joe's storehouses are all set up and open, and everybody is coming to Egypt to buy some shit. So that's where we're picking up. Okay, chapter 42. And also, one of my cats might be locked in the garage. But I went out there and looked for him. Well, I called for him and kind of searched around and I didn't see him. But he might be hiding inside the car that is in there, but you can't see him. Like he hides in there. So I shut the door And here in a few, when we reach the middle, I'm going to go check on him again. So, we are on chapter 42, and here we go. All right, chapter 42. Now, when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said to his sons, "Why do we look upon one another?" And he was like, "I have heard there is corn in Egypt. Go down there and buy some for us. From, no, Go buy some for us that we can live and not die. Listen, we're starving as fuck and I'm rich. Go get some fucking food." Listen. And Joseph's 10 brothers went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joe's brother, Jacob did not go with them because he was like, these motherfuckers will kill him. No way. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joe's brothers came and did the face thing before him. And Joe was like, "Oh, these motherfuckers." And he knew exactly who they were. But he was like, "Nah, these motherfuckers ain't gonna know me." Mm-mm. So we put on a wig and some lipstick. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Somehow they didn't know it was him. Okay. And then he would talk like a dick. And he was like, "Where the fuck are you from?" And they were like, "Canaan. We want to buy some food." And Joe saw his brothers, but they did not know him. And Joe remembered the dreams which he had dreamed and was like, "You are spies to see the nakedness of the land. Yet you come here. Listen, you fucking spies. You guys suck." "You guys suck." And they was like, no, listen, yo, we just want to buy some food. Listen, we want to buy some food. Where the fuck am I? Okay. Like, listen, we're all brothers and we have one dad and he is our dad and we are all his kids. We're not spies. And they was like, "You're here to just see how terrible it is here." And they was like, "Nah, listen, there's 12 of us. There's 12 of us of one guy. And the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not." And Joe was like, "What is it I said to you? What did I say? I said you're spies, so you're spies." How did he keep a straight face? How? How did he keep a straight face? Listen. 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 You gotta prove it, okay? You gotta prove it on the life of the Pharaoh. You will not go forth except your youngest. Hold on. It shall be proved by the life of the Pharaoh, you were not going anywhere except your youngest brother come here. Send one of you and let him fetch your brother. And the rest of you are going to prison. You got to prove it. You got to prove your innocence. This is backwards, though. Whether there be any truth in you. Because by the life of Pharaoh, you guys are fucking spies. And he put them all together in jail 3 days. And Joseph said unto them, the third day, do this and you'll live, because I fear God. If you are true, let one of your brothers be bound in the house of prison, and go, carry corn for the famine of your houses, but bring your youngest brother back. So shall your words be verified, and you don't die. So they was like, okay, oh fucking K, yeah, we're gonna do that. And they said to one another, listen, we are guilty as fuck concerning Joe. Listen. And we saw the anguish, and he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore, this distress has come upon us. And Reuben was like, didn't I fucking tell you guys? Listen, I told you guys this was a bad idea. Don't be Jews. But nobody listens to me. I'm only the oldest of you motherfuckers. Listen, I'm the firstborn. I'm the oldest. And nobody listens. But they didn't understand that Joseph understood everything they said, because he decided he would talk to them by interpreter. And he turned himself about and wept, and returned to them again, and communed with them, and took from them Simeon, and bound him before their eyes. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money to his stack, and give them provision for the way. And he did this unto them, and they ladded their asses. So they put all this shit in their fanny pack. They filled the shit up and departed. And one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the inn, and he espied his money. For behold, it was in his sack's mouth. And he was like, I still have my money. It is even in my sack. And their heart failed them. And they were afraid, saying to one another, what is this that God had done? And they came unto Jacob their father into the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell them. The man who is Lord of the land spoke roughly to us, and took us for spies. And we said, we are true men, we are not spies. Listen. We told him, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he said, you're spies. But he won't believe us unless we bring Ben. And then we can get Simeon back. But we got to take Ben. And it came to pass as they emptied their sacks that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their fathers saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob said, and Jacob was like, me have ye bereaved me of one of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not. And you're going to take Benjamin? What? All of these things? Oh my God. I'm going to die. All my kids are going to die. This is so bad. And Reuben was like, slay my two sons if I don't bring him back, and deliver him to me, and I will bring him back again. You can kill my sons, don't worry. Don't worry, because it's totally my bad, yo. Nobody listens to me ever, but listen. Keep my sons right here, and let me take this guy. We want to live. Right? And he said, no, Ben's not going with you. Okay? He's all by himself. Like his real brother. Not saying you're not his brother, but you're like his half brother. You guys don't care. All of you have the same mom. Well, most of you have the same mom. Or your mom's his hose bags. Like you have things in common. Joe has one brother. And you killed him. And now you want me to give him to you also? I don't know about you. He's not going. I don't know. Okay. And we will be right back with chapter 43. Yeah, because it's not that long. Okay. We will be right back with chapter 43. We are going to get a refill right here. We're going to repack Larry the Lizard Guy to go on the next part of this journey. We're going to get a refill. We're going to go pee. And then we will be right back. Join me outside and we'll smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, chapter 43. Okay. So here we go. And the famine was sore in the land. I'm an asshole. I apologize. The famine, chapter 43. The famine was sore in the land, and it came to pass when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt. And their father said, okay, it's time to go back. And Judah was like, no, listen, no, we can't do that unless we take Ben. Like, we have to take Ben. But if you don't send him, we're not going. Because he said, no, I'm not even going to talk to you guys. And Jake, they calls him Israel here again. And not Jake. It's called him Jake all throughout. That they calls him Jake, then their father, and now Israel. Do you hear that? It's Captain. What are you freaking out for? Listen, stop freaking out. What are you freaking out for? Okay. So, listen, you have to send him with me, and we will rise and go. Yeah. But listen, if we don't take Ben, all of us are going to die. Right? And I will be the promise for him. But it was Judah's idea to sell him in the first place. He should have let him go with Reuben. Reuben's the one that tried to save his life. Okay. So Judah said to Israel, his father, calls him Israel again, send him with me, and we're going to go. And me myself will be surety for him. Of my hand shall thou require him. If I don't bring him to you and set him before you, then let me bear the blame forever. You should already have the blame. This was your terrible idea. Except we have lingered. Surely now we had returned the second time. And their father Israel said unto them, Okay, take the rest of the best fruits in your vessels and carry down the man a present, a little balm and a little honey, spices, myrrh, nuts, and almonds. Take double money in your hand, and the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sacks. Carry it again in your hand. Pre-adventure, it was an oversight. Take also, I don't want to do this, but take your brother, arise, and go again to the man. Okay. So take this guy as super present. Take him the best of everything. Right? I don't want to do this, but also take your brother and get your other brother back and hope he's nice to you. So just take him all of this shit and hope he's nice. And God Almighty give you mercy, right? Go get your brothers back. If I be bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. And the men took the present and they took double everything. And Benjamin rose up and went to Egypt and stood before Joseph. And when Joseph saw Ben, he said to the ruler of his house, Bring these men home and slay and make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon. And the man did just like Joseph said, and the man brought the men into Joe's house. And the men were afraid because they were brought to Joseph's. And they said, because of the money that was returned to our sacks the first time we brought, that he may seek occasion against us and kill us and take us for bondmen and our asses. Oh, he's gonna bust our ass. Oh my God, we're about to die. We're about to die, so take in the scenery. It's nice looking. Okay. And then they came near to the steward of Joseph's, and they communed with him at the door and said, We came indeed. We came indeed down at the first time to buy food. And when we came to the inn, that we opened our sacks, and behold, we all had money. Listen. And so we brought it again, and the other money we have brought down in our hands to buy food. We cannot tell who put our money in our sacks. And he was like, no, that was meant to be there. God told us to put it there. He said, I, and then hold on. And they came near to the steward of Joe's house, and they communed with him at the door of the house. And then I guess they told the steward that they had all their shit back. And he was like, nah, I left it there. And then he brought out Simeon. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house and gave them water, and they washed their feet and gave their asses provender. And they made ready the present the present against Joseph came at noon. For they heard that they should eat bread there. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the present which was in their hand into the house, and did the face thing. And he asked them of their welfare, and said, Is your father well? The old man of who you told me about, is he still alive? And they was like, yes. And they did their face thing again. And he lifted up his eyes and saw Ben, and said, Is this him? And they was like, yes. And he was like, God be gracious unto thee. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother. And he sought where to weep, and he entered his bedroom and wept there. So he needed to take a shit when he saw Joseph. He's like, or Ben, he's like, oh, Benjamin, hold on. And he washed his face and went out and refrained himself and said, Set on bread. And they sat down, and they sat on for him by himself, and for them by themselves. And for the Egyptians which did not eat with him, because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination unto the Egyptians. And they sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men marveled one at another. And he took and sent messes unto them from before him. But see, I don't know what that means. He sent messes unto them. Benjamin's mess was 5 times so much as any of theirs, and they drank and were merry with him. So, a mess, that's food, right? The mess hall, that's a cafeteria. So was a mess like slop. They gave you some oatmeal, motherfucker. It gave Ben 5 times the amount of oatmeal. So did he have a Jethro bowl of oatmeal? Listen, the boy freak. Dude, he takes big ass mixing bowls and eats cereal out of a giant ass mixing bowl, like a half a box of cereal a serving. A little weird ass motherfucker. So, is that what this is? Like a big ass Jethro bowl of oatmeal? Like, get fat, you tiny motherfucker. And then this. Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother. So does that mean he got a super boner or he had to take a super shit? A bowel, that's stomach shit, right? That's my bowels hurt. You gotta take a shit, right? Or you're super gassy. I don't know. But it seems like he definitely had to go to the bathroom. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to pick up on chapter 45 tomorrow. So hold on. There's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay. So there's like 5 chapters left. Yay! I can math, kind of. Awesome, right? Anyway, anyway, I love you. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great of a time as I did. So, thank you for watching. Keep your head down, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Love you. Oh, oh, real quick. And the Rudolph trial, the NFL guy, listen, you know what he said? When he was testifying, because he testified because bitch set him up, right? Anyway, he was testifying, and he said training and rehab, so I don't have to get ready. I can stay ready. I was like, fuck yeah. Listen, that's a Nikki thing. I don't think he watches me, but I've never heard anyone else say that. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Love you. Bye.